Hello. So today I want to tell you about the really fun game Rome in a Day that I taught to some friends this weekend and we had a great time with. I love this game because it feels like a much bigger game than it is. It plays in about 20 minutes. So it's great because you can teach the game. Everyone can kind of play that first game, get their feel for it, and then you can easily jump right into a second game when everyone feels like they have a little bit more strategy developed. And it just feels like you played a much bigger game than a 20-minute game. So let me tell you about this game. Everybody is going to get a pile of tiles with their color on the back. I, of course, have green. And there are several different colors of terrain on these tiles. And there's also a purple. So you will have all of those. You're going to shuffle them up so that they come out randomly. And go ahead and just make a pile of your tiles. Because you don't know the order that they're coming out. This game is going to be played over 4 rounds, and at the end of 4 rounds, there will be scoring, and like most games, the most points wins. Everybody is going to be given a building card at the beginning of the game, and each building card is slightly different in the order that the buildings are, and as you can see, it's designated in the 4 rounds, and down at the bottom, it tells you your gem scoring, because everybody will start with 4 gems, and by the end of the game you could have 0 gems or you could have amassed 8 gems, and gems will be worth points. That is the only thing that will score you points aside from your tiles with your buildings. So I have my card already set up. You get these great little wooden buildings. Everybody then gets a direction card, so it tells you which direction you're going to take tiles from and who is taking tiles from you. Your building card also shows you to turn it each round because you will swap directions every round. And then you will get a large card and a small card because you are going to look at what your options are. And you are secretly going to place one of these out and everyone will reveal at once. And it was so funny. We were playing this and they were like, wait, but if I don't know what they're taking from me, that changes what I want to take. Exactly. You have to make the decision of what you're going to take independent of what's being taken from you. So the first thing you're going to do is reveal the top 5 tiles off of your pile. Everybody is doing this simultaneously, and the first 2 tiles that come off are going to get the 2 buildings for that round. Those cannot be moved. They are stuck there. That sometimes is a good thing. That sometimes is a bad thing. Now you're going to divide this into a bigger pile and a smaller pile. So you can divide it into 2 and 3, 4 and 1, or 5 and 0. The person on either side of you, depending on the card direction, is going to choose which pile they want to take. You will keep the remaining pile. This you get to do behind a shield. Now remember, you cannot move the buildings from where they were originally placed. But I probably don't want the other person to get a green building and 2 green tiles, so I'm going to separate those. And I'm going to separate my buildings in general, and I don't want the yellows to go together. Now, it would be really great if I got those things, but I don't trust my opponent. And I'll put the purple there, and whichever is your smaller pile, as I drop my gem, is going to go there. Everybody reveals. And now you get a chance to look. So if we were taking this way, I would look at what my opponent has put out, and I'm going to decide, do I want the bigger pile or do I want the smaller pile, which will always have the gem? The person to my right is also making the same decision about what I laid out. So let's say I make my decision, and then 1, 2, 3, we all reveal. You take the pile that you said you were going to take. Your opponent will take from you. And then let's just pretend that this is what I amassed rather than what was taken from me. Now I get to arrange this any way I want. So I'm going to put my greens together, and buildings that are adjacent to their color will still count for scoring. So let's say I do something like this. That's round 1. We're 25% done with the game. I cannot move these tiles next round. Anything I collect has to be added to this. The way that you score is the building, you will count 1 point for every tile of its color that it's either on or touching. So this, I would get 2 points for green, and here I would get 1 point for yellow. By the end of the game, you may have multiple buildings of the same color, and you can score both. You may have made a really, really large area that's going to score you really well. And some of your buildings may not be touching or be on their color at all and may be worthless. So you do this at the end of 4 rounds, you score it up, and the only other thing you get points from is your gems, which you will have anywhere between 0 and 8. And that is Rome in a day. I love this because, like I said, it feels like a much bigger, longer game. It's quick to teach. People pick it up pretty easily, and then they want to play that second game to try their strategy. So I really love this. I love the wooden components. I think it's great quality. Alley Cat Games did an excellent job with this one. I highly recommend trying this one. Let me know if you've tried it. What do you think of it? Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.